Hey there everybody, I'm Luke Cogliano, you're watching the TheL-ingLiveShow. If you're tuning in for the first time, this is a movie review show and I review the latest films every week. And this week I went and saw The Cabin in the Woods. So Cabin in the Woods is a horror film co-written by Joss Whedon, and it's a movie that's been delayed for a couple years now and is finally getting released. And this movie was something that when I first saw the trailer for, I thought just looked awful, and I was really not looking forward to it, and I just had no interest in seeing it at all, because I just thought it looked really stupid and just kind of like another typical horror film. But going into this movie and after seeing it, I could not be happier with this movie. Couldn't have been more surprised by the movie. This is a movie that you want to go into really fresh, and you don't want to know a lot of spoilers, so I'm going to try to limit how many I talk about. But I definitely want to mention some of the actors, especially the stoner kid. He was hilarious every time he was on screen. He was just a riot. And then also the people who work in the headquarters of the establishment who's kind of putting this whole event together. They were definitely always a lot of fun, and you could definitely recognize a few people here and there. I just think overall the acting among those people were great. As for the rest of the cast, I didn't really think that they stood out too much, and they kind of just did what they needed to and didn't really excel anywhere beyond there. But what really ties this movie together is the story, because it just is so interesting, it's so funny, and there's so many twists all over the place in this movie, and you really just don't know what's going to happen until the end of the film. And that's really cool to see these days, because there's a lot of films that you can really just predict every step for, and this is just something that's really fresh and was really a lot of fun. So while the story in this is very surprising, I would say the attacks or the scares in this were pretty predictable, and you could usually tell when things were going to be popping out and that sort of thing. But I would say overall the story made up for all of that and really paid off in the end. Another thing I felt about this movie is that it just seemed a little bit too rushed, and I would have hoped that they would slow things down a little bit more and kind of add to the story a little bit here and there, but I think it did end up working out, so I'm not too disappointed with that. But if they could have included a little bit more, because this isn't a really long movie, so I think it would have been fine to just add a few more scenes, just kind of to explain things and kind of piece things together a little bit more. That would have been a little bit better, but I'm happy with this movie, and I'm definitely recommending it to you guys. So go out and see this. Try to avoid any kinds of spoilers, because it's just going to ruin the entire movie for you. And definitely check it out, because it's a whole lot of fun to see. This movie is playing in 3D, but I did not see it in 3D. I would say it isn't really worth seeing in 3D, because you can really tell like the things they were trying to put in 3D, and it's just not really worth it overall, because it's more about the story. It's not about the spectacle as much until the end of the movie, of course. But it was a really, really fun movie, and it was just completely unexpected, and I'm so glad that it was able to surprise me like it did, and I'm really glad to have seen it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that you guys check it out. That is all for today's episode. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more movie reviews, I have new episodes every Monday, and you can subscribe to my channel right up there. For today's question of the day, I want to know, what's one of your favorite horror films? I personally love the original Nightmare on Elm Street and the film Insidious, which came out not too long ago. Both of those movies were just so terrifying and really just stuck with me. So leave your comments right down below, or you can leave a video response. I'll see you guys next time, and that's it.